Thank you. Thank you. So, Ditendra, feel free to start whenever you're ready.
Can we start or do we want to wait for anyone?
No, we are good to start.
Great. So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a meeting of three clubs today: Toastmasters Club of Storytellers, Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club, and Page Turner's Advanced Toastmasters Club. Let's have a quick round of applause and open our afternoon sleep, get up from the slumber, because many of us would have had lunch. I have had it just now. So, this, as you all know, that we have met here on Zoom platform, you know that there are going to be a few housekeeping rules for the next couple of hours. Keep your videos on for as long as possible, as much as possible, but do keep your audios off unless it is your turn to speak. Use the chat function to mingle with each other, chit chat, and of course share feedback with the prepared speakers and with anyone else that you want to talk with. Also, when dealing with topics related to gender, politics, religion, do that with sensitivity. All of us hold our own convictions dear to our hearts, and it's important to be respectful to others' opinion as well. So these are going to be the two broad rules for the next couple of hours. Of course, interact in the meeting as much as you can, as and when you get the opportunity to, maybe during the TMODs section or when any of the other speakers asks for audience interaction. We are here to learn from each other, and I wish everyone the very best for today's meeting. With this, I would now like to hand the virtual stage to Toastmaster Mohit Sani.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ditendra, for such an impactful start of the meeting. Before we go any further, I would also like to remind each one of us, and especially the guests, the mission of the Toastmasters Club. So the mission is that we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. We must remember that mission as we continue our journey of leadership and communication. I see that we have a good number of people present today, and this is a meeting that many of us have been looking forward to. I've been in touch with Dr. Mary for almost over a month now to have this joint meeting happen, and I'm so glad that finally we have made it possible. So a round of applause for Dr. Mary, for Diptendu, for myself and my Club EC team. This is a meeting of three clubs: Toastmasters Club of Storytellers, Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club, and Page Turner's Advanced Toastmasters Club. Every one of these clubs has its own unique aspect. Storytellers believe in sharing stories through writing, through their speeches. Leaders Connect believe in bringing the leaders from diverse worlds together. And Page Turners are all about leading through reading. So it is said that like-minded folks attract. There's a law of attraction. And today we are seeing that happen in front of our eyes. So I am super excited for what's going to unfold in the next 2 hours. And I believe you are equally excited. I would like to call out some of the guests to introduce themselves and also mention to us what brings them here today. And since it's a joint meeting, I would need the support of the other club officers to let me know if I'm missing anyone out. I definitely know that our friend Raj is a guest. So let me start from you, Raj. Can you give us a 30 seconds intro and also share with us what brings you here today. Raj, you may be
Raj,
speaking.
you're on mute.
So I'm very excited to be part of this meeting. I'm really grateful to Mr. Mohit Sani for giving me a link last minute. My name is Raj Chabra and I'm based out of Gurgaon. And I've been working for almost 15 years, for more than a decade, and have been part of fintech companies. I am really excited to be here. I actually wanted to join this club from so long, but I have been a bit clumsy, I guess, always. So, and this is the best way I think I could make it an entry here. And I'm grateful to all of you, page turners, storytellers, and leaders. Thank you so much. I would learn a lot from you.
Wonderful, Raj. Congratulations on your journey, which unfolds soon. We are equally excited to have you. Now, I'm checking. I think, Riyansh, you are a guest, right? Would you like to introduce yourself and what brings you here today?
Yeah, sure. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
So I am a psychology student and I'm in the final year right now. Adding on, I got to know about this beautiful club via social media, Instagram. Um, well, I believe words are very powerful, and if you speak well and nice, you can really change lives and the energy around you. So I'm just looking forward learning, listening properly because when you listen, you learn a lot. So yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to become the part of this beautiful, amazing session that we are going to happen right now. Yeah, thank you so much.
Wonderful. Welcome again, Riyansh. It's great to have you.
Likewise.
We have guest Nagesh as well. Nagesh, over to you.
Hello everyone. This is Nagesh. I'm part of Mastering Toastmasters Leadership Club. I just saw the post and I thought that it's a good opportunity for me to learn from this meeting and improve on my public speaking skills. As learning is a continuous journey, just thought of using the opportunity to learn more and be better.
Welcome, Nagesh. It's great having you. That's exactly the reason why all of us are here too. So great. Okay, now please help me in confirming if there's any other guest in the room.
Yeah, Toastmaster Mohit, we have Kumar Sandeep with us.
Okay.
As guest.
Okay, Sandeep. Yeah, what brings you here today?
Yeah. Hi, Mohit. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Kumar Sandeep. I have been introduced by Mr. Deepak for this beautiful platform. So I'm already into learning and development space for almost a year. And prior to that, I have been to corporate for almost a decade. I'm serving this fraternity, beautiful fraternity of people, right? And my quest of learning more from people, an expert like you, brought me here. And I expect this is going to be a great journey. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Round of applause for Kumar. Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
great to have you, Kumar. And it's a journey that we are all in together. So I'm sure there's a lot to learn from you, from your experience in L&D. Great. And who else do we have as guest? Can I request if you can come forward if you are a guest? Ravyendra, are you joining in as a member or are you a guest?
Hello. Okay. Right. Am I audible, please?
Yes, you are. I hope you're
Very
not
good
breathing.
evening, everyone. All right. I'm the Division E Director of District 102 Toastmasters, and I'm a member of the Page Turners Advanced Toastmasters Club as well. And when I got the link today, we had our DECM and DCM today. It just finished, and I'm just driving back. But I just thought that since the meeting is on, I would just like to join in for a while and then um, just see how the meeting is going. And I'm sorry that I have to be driving, but I just wanted to uh, share some information with you all, and whatever that you've got to share. I'm actually excited to know. Thank you so much.
Wonderful having you, Toastmaster Ravindra. It's very encouraging if senior leaders join us. And drive safe. We keep tuned in, but drive safe. All right. Okay. Who else do we have as guests today? Please raise your hand, come forward if you
Hey,
like.
this is Subodh Chavan. I am from Eminent Toastmasters. I work with Bank of America, and Eminent Toastmasters is a club with Bank of America. I'm here to support my friend today, Ritika, who is giving her level 5 final speech. So I'm supporting her today.
Awesome, Subodh. Yeah, and we are all supporting Ritika here today, and it's great that you've joined in. It makes a whole lot of difference if someone known to you joins in and it just stays there for an event like that. So thank you for joining in. All right, with that, I think we're ready to kick off yet another story together. So without further ado, let me call on the virtual stage our Toastmaster of the day, who is Toastmaster Mehak. Toastmaster Mehak is a student of commerce at the Delhi School of Economics. I got to know that she recently hosted the event at the Teachers' Day celebration, which is great. You know, whatever we learn here is what we apply outside in the real world. That's what we learn for. So, Mehak, all the best, and over to you as the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for this warm welcome. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm excited to be your Toastmaster of the day for today's session. And the theme that we are diving into today is very special. Leaders are eagers. With all the three clubs bringing upon the topic of leading and leading, this theme works best for all of us. So, as the saying goes, the more you read, the more things you will know. And the more you learn, the more places you will go. But today, we are not going to more places. We are going to more activities on how the leadership journey enforces. I want to ask a question from all of you. What do all the leaders of Fortune 500 companies have in common? You can share your answer in the chat box, or maybe you can speak up here as well. What do all the leaders of Fortune 500 companies have in common? Okay, I see Toastmaster Neeraj raising his hand. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Mehak, for inviting me for this interesting topic. So, based on one of the book that I finished a couple of years back, the book name is Good to Great. This is a scientifically oriented book which compromises the history of all the top 500 Fortune companies, their sales analysis, their profit and loss analysis, their valuations, and various journeys. Out of which the thing that I picked up from this book, Good to Great, uh, all these Fortune 500 CEOs, they focus very much on the reading, making good habits, uh, taking right decision, and they do a lot of deep work and don't do just kind of here and there booking the time. They just follow a real discipline. They wake up very early. They are very particular in their diets, and I am yet to see any fat guy as a CEO of the top Fortune 500 companies. They are very disciplined. That's it from my side. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neeraj. And exactly. The thing that is common in most of the leaguers in Fortune 500 companies is that they read a lot. And I guess like you all have answered in the chat box as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Well, it's been documented, like whether the leaguers such as Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, they all are avid readers. And what they're reading about is significantly not just business, finance, self-improvement, economics, or histories or inspirational figures and facts. They're also reading some entertaining books as well. So now this makes us sure that we need to have a reading habit. It's something like what we read definitely depends on how our reading or how as a reader we would be shaped. But just read. That's what the message that has been conveyed by the leaders. So for this, my question is that if what do you think that a leader must also be a lifelong reader? Well, the answer is yes. Reading is not just about accumulating knowledge about certain things, maybe differing opinions or just facts and fiction. It's also gaining a perspective. Virtual and some of the qualities that a leader has is that he is open to different perspectives, different opinions, different point of views. That's one thing that reading gives to all of us. Now, I just want to do a very small and a quick activity with all of you. I will give you the name of any famous book. I will show you the book also. You will have to tell me or something that you can tell like which leader you can associate that book to. So I will just give for just two books only. The first book is Ikigai. So you can see the book as well. Now, can you tell or any one of you can tell that which leader do you associate this book very closely to? Anything that comes up in your mind? Anyone can go ahead. Maybe you can write in the chat box as well. Okay, I see Toastmaster Jitendra has written it's Elon Musk. Okay, all right. More answers. You can say in the here in the meeting itself. All right, we have another answer that is Sachin Tendulkar. Well, exactly. Chef Sanjeev Kapoor. So many different answers coming up. Yes, so maybe this book we can relate it to how a person has a long and a happy, successful life. So maybe we can name it to some of the leaders that have shown that how being calm and composed, they have been into such being in such a leadership position, they still lead a happy life, be away from spotlight, being very calm personalities. Maybe we can have this book being referred to some leaders such like this. And just one more book, another book would be How to Say No. So now, this one is a difficult one. How to Say No. Okay, we have some interesting answers coming up. Amir Khan. Yes, maybe we can associate this book to him. Okay, we have some other answer as well, Priyanka Chopra. Well, yes, definitely. Maybe we can associate to more Ashneer Grover. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing as an answer. So I see like there are some brilliant answers, like maybe Ashneer Grover, Priyanka Chopra, Sachin Tendulkar for the previous one. So one leader, which can often be associated with different kinds of books, making a perfect match for a book for one leader. So I see that you have given such amazing answers. Now we will move on. Thank you so much for this activity. We'll just cover up like how these leaders can be associated with different books, what leadership quality they have gained from reading books. But before that, I would introduce you to the Toastmasters and what would be the agenda for the meeting today. In any Toastmasters meeting would be divided in 3 segments. The first one would be the table topics, this prepared speech session, wherein the prepared speaker would be given and would perform would give the speech according to the Pathfinder project that has been associated with Toastmasters. The second segment would be the table topic session, wherein the speaker would be providing an impromptu speech topic and would be required to speak for about 1 to 2 minutes. And the last and the most important segment in any Toastmasters meeting is the evaluation segment, wherein the general evaluator would give the evaluation for the overall meeting. With this, I would want to invite on stage our general evaluator for the game, who is working with RBS, and she is a full-time mom in Gurugram.
Hi, Toastmaster Mehak. Sorry to interrupt there. It looks like Toastmaster Lavina hasn't been able to join, and therefore we would need to work together to find out an alternative. So maybe we can open it up in case anybody wants to take up the role of the general evaluator.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. So all of you, we can see that the general evaluator, the role of general evaluator is still open. So if anyone would like to take up, the floor is open for all of you. Anyone, you can show a raise of hand, or maybe you can write in chat box as well if you want to take up the role. Okay, I see Toastmaster Dityendu raising his hand. So Toastmaster Dityendu, would you like to go ahead with this role then?
Sure. Let me just see the team of auxiliary. Okay, please go ahead. Please, Mike, go ahead now.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dityendu, for taking this role. And the stage is all yours. Please carry forward. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I have been entrusted with the responsibility of being the general evaluator for this meeting. As you might have already experienced, that the general evaluator observes the meeting from beginning to the end and critiques and comments on what went well and what could have been improved at an overall meeting level. So, of course, the general evaluator has got a team of supplementary role players, the timer, our counter, and the grammarian. Let us quickly hear from today's supplementary role players. And I would like to first invite on virtual stage timer, that is Toastmaster Deepak. Deepak, could you please explain the role of a timer?
Thank you, Toastmaster Dityendu. The more time you spend wishing you had something, the less time you have to actually get it. Very good evening, Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster and guests. So today, as timer, I'll time the table topic speaker, the formal speech, and the evaluation. I'll also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red card, which donates specific timing for remaining for that particular speech. The table topic speaker should their time limits within 2 minutes. So at 1 minute, I'll raise a green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I'll raise the red card. So the second are prepared speech or the special speech which we had today. So I'm exactly know about the timing. So we'll check the timing. So I think 15 to 20 minutes. So I'll raise that if the speech will be for 20 minutes, I'll raise the green card at 18 minutes. I'll raise the yellow card at 19 minutes, and I'll raise the red card at 20 minutes. So the evaluation, the timing for the evaluation is 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll raise the red card. So I'll sharing here out. I change my background to alert the speaker about the timing. So this is the green signal for the speaker. This is the yellow signal, and this is the red signal. So thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Dityendu. I'll share my report by end of the session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Deepak. Let us move on and hear from the R counter for today's meeting, and that's going to be Toastmaster Lakshmi. Lakshmi, would you please explain the role of R counter today?
Yeah, sure. Basically, our counter is like who all will be using the filler words frequently. The number of times everyone are using filler words will be counted out and given the report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lakshmi. And it's time to hear from the grammarian for today's meeting, Toastmaster Swati. Swati, please take the virtual stage and explain your role today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deeptendu. So, as grammarian for the day, I'll monitor the grammar and language usage, and I'll note down some good and some not so good usage of words, phrases, pronunciations, and vocabulary. And I'll share them with all of you towards the end of the meeting. Also, I have typed the word of the day and the phrase of the day in the chat box. The word is peruse, which means to examine or to read something thoroughly and carefully. It's a verb, and if I have to use it in a sentence, I perused the contract before signing it, or she perused the menu before ordering the food. And the phrase of the day is reading between the lines, which means understanding the hidden or underlying meaning of something that is not explicitly stated. For example, she said she was fine, but I could read between the lines and tell she was upset. So all the speakers are encouraged to use the word peruse and the phrase reading between the lines as much as possible. I'll track that down as well. So all the best, and over to you, Toastmaster Deeptendu.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Swati. And of course, a message to everyone: stay tuned till the GE session. The reports of the supplementary role players would be there for everybody's perusal. Of course, don't read between the lines. Take notes as much as you want to, so that you can take the learnings back home. With this, I would like to hand the virtual stage back to Madam TMOD Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deeptendu, for introducing your tag team as well as your role. Now, let's move on and dive into our very first segment, that is the prepared speech session. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Ritika. She's working with Bank of America, and today she's going to give a speech from the Path Strategic Relationship. But before calling her on stage, I would like to invite her evaluator to please introduce the objectives for Toastmaster Ritika's speech. I would like to invite on stage Toastmaster Chintan to please carry forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mahek. Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Ritika Sharma, is going to attempt her Level 5 Project 2 from the Pathway Strategic Relationship. The purpose of her speech is for a member to practice a professional keynote styled speech. Timer, please note the timing would be 18 to 22 minutes. You need to show green at 18, yellow at 20 minutes, and red at 22 minutes. And those who are feeling that we are not able to see TEDx-like talk or a longer keynote, here's your chance to witness an amazing keynote style speech from Toastmaster Ritika. And I wish my target speaker all the very best. Over to you, Toastmaster Mahek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chintan. Toastmaster Ritika, can we have you on the spotlight? Thank you. I hope that you are ready.
Yeah, a quick check on audio and video. Can you please confirm if I'm audible and visible?
You are audible perfectly and visible also. All right. Toastmaster Ritika, learn and unlearn. Learn and unlearn Toastmaster Ritika.
Dear Toastmaster of the day and all the Toastmasters present here, I have a question for you. Does any of us has always had questions about everything that you were told, or curious about things or facts that was given to you? Or how many of us have always taken the things that were told to us on face value and never questioned them? Because they were supposed to be the way they were, because it was told us that way. Quick raise of hand of the people who have always taken things and on face value with no questions asked. The reason why I'm asking this, I'll tell you, is that I have always been that person. I was that sincere kid who would take every command given on face value, be it not trimming your nails at night because it was considered unauspicious, or be it not drinking water in between the meals because it was considered unhealthy. I followed everything religiously. Until one day when I read this book, the book called Do Not Believe Everything You Think. Since it's a readers' community club, I thought it would always be good to talk about a book that I read recently. This book basically talks about how our mind, at standard or at basic level, is automatically or naturally at a happy and peaceful state. It doesn't have to be brought to a peaceful or standard state to feel the pleasure and joy of life. Instead, the thoughts and the thinking process that we have is the key that can make and break your day. It rightly says why your thinking is both the beginning and the end of your misery. Let me take you dive deep into some of its points. One of the point where it says about how your thoughts can be filtered and segregated on the basis of your emotions, how it is not necessary to focus or take a look on every single thought that comes to your mind. It it tells you how to check the authenticity of your thoughts based on your emotions. Every single thought that passes your mind makes you feel a certain way, isn't it? If you sit back mindfully and look at every single thought that's passing by, you would always have an opinion about how that thought makes you feel. If the thought is a joyous thought, it makes you feel happy, healthy, and joyful. That's a thought that you need to hold upon and work upon, which requires action. If it's a thought that is making you feel sad, scared, or maybe unprotected, unworthy, that's always a protective thought. Interestingly, this book also is backed by science. How? It basically you about how your mind and your body is acting in the protective mechanism to all the intrusive thoughts that you get. It helps you to protect yourself from all the threats. If you might be aware of the fight and the flight mechanism that science talks about, this is more related to that. You know what's the best part about this book though? This book has all the experiments and the values which does not need you to buy any kind of equipments or any kind of DIY you have to do somewhere going outside in particular setup. All you have to have is intelligence and mindfulness. You can sit back, read the book, pause, breathe in, and practice all the exercises provided in the book and check for yourself if it works for you. It's a very subjective opinion, but it worked wonders for me. So I suggest the book to everyone to give a read at least once. You know, at that one day, after a couple of days after reading this book, I decided to do an experiment with myself. I had a do nothing day. My mind is not supposed to think anything. To have it is to have its peacefulness, right? So I decided to have a do nothing day. Now, what's a do nothing day? It's very simple. Your to-do list has to be blank. The day has not is not supposed to be planned in any manner. Anything that you're allowed to do is to do something that brings joy and happiness to you. If that particular thing does not give you any kind of joy, you don't have to do it. Even if it's on urgent basis, it's do nothing day. Everything else can wait. I was all set for my do nothing day. I was sitting on my bed, wondering, looking at my to do list with nothing, no bullet points on it. And I realized, okay, today is the day when I'm allowed to do everything that I love to do. That's it. I turned around, turned the page, things I love to do. Things I love to do. Uh, Wait a minute. Things I love to do, guys. This is supposed to be easy. It's a do nothing day. What else do I want? Give me a minute. I'm going to fill the page. It's going to be filled, and the page is going to fall short. I'm telling you. Things I love to do. Oh my God. And sooner I realized I did not do a single thing throughout the day that I love to do, or without a purpose of health or money or the thing that is supposed to be the most right thing to be done, which was told to me. Getting up early, staying hydrated all day, eating healthy, reading books, maybe going for a walk, going for a run, doing your job. That's all I do, because that's the right things that are supposed to be done, right? That's what's told to us. That's what leaders do. That's what successful people do. But what about the things that I love to do? Where are they? And that's when I decided, not just on do nothing day. Every day I have 24 hours. I will be taking out an hour from my day to do one single thing that I love to do. And I've made sure from that day till now that I take an hour to cook, to sing, to dance, to play. I don't know what, but it has to be something that I'd love to do. But now, on that particular day, since my sheet was blank and I was not aware what I'd love to do, I was just sitting around and wondering. So I decided to sit back beside my window. It was a heavy rainy day. The rain was gushing through the windows on the plants and the leaves. There was a mango tree right in front of me. Now it's a do nothing day. There's nothing that's supposed to be done, but my mind is full of thoughts and thoughts and thoughts. And God, I need them to stop. I have nothing to do, but they need to shut down. But you know how it works, right? Once you want them to shut down, they just double themselves up. I don't know for what reason, but that's pretty much how the brain works. So I stopped challenging myself to not think of anything. And then I started looking outside at the trees and the wind that made the trees bend, the water pouring. And I'll tell you what, guys, I'm more like a poetic person. So the writer in me was kind of waking up, and I started to put the things in words. I thought I could make a Toastmasters content over here. What not then? And then I was like, oh, look at the leaves. Look at the water droplets pouring on the leaves. It is cleaning the leaves up, making them more greener and greener. Look at the wind that's bending the trees in the way the wind flows. How the trees love to move behind the wind like they could fly with the wind. And then I was like, wait a second. Why did I not say rain and water? Now, guys, stay with me. Trust me. I know this can get a little confusing and boring, but be with me. It's going to be interesting now. I thought, what is rain? Rain is water, a drops of water falling down. What is a tree? A tree is a stem with branches and leaves on it. But wait a second. What if I call this stem a dali and the leaves patta? And what if I call the water pani and the rain barish? How does this not change the personality of it? And this got me to a point. Okay, guys, don't judge me. I was doing a no, do nothing day. That means I was very free. So I thought, okay, what is the language? What if I did not know any languages? What if I forgot everything for a moment? I forgot that what was falling down on the leaves was water. What if I forgot that they were leaves in itself? What if I forgot that this thing right here is known as a tree? What if what is flowing is known as a wind? I deny everything that the world says is supposed to be the way it is. And I decide that what it is going to be. Now, do I look stupid to all of you? That's okay. I have an interesting exercise for all of you to do. I want you to look at one single thing that is kept right in front of you. It can be anything, be it a book, be it a plant, be it a pen, be it a mobile maybe. Just look at one thing that you have. I give you 30 seconds. The only rule that I have for you all is to clear the memory that you have about the thing. Forget the fact that this thing is known as a book, and please forget the purpose of it. You're supposed to erase your memory about that particular object that's in front of you and think of it as something that you have seen for the very first time. I give you 30 seconds to erase your memory, live in denial of having any knowledge about the thing that's right in front of you, a single object. It can be the smallest and the silliest object that you own. Next 30 seconds, just look at something with no single knowledge about that particular thing. And let's get back. Okay. Any volunteer who wants to tell me what they went through and you feel about it? Anybody? And it's okay. It's just an experiment. We are always supposed to ask questions and see if things work. You don't have to believe everything that I say. So please. I see Lakshmi raising the hand. Please. Yeah, come ahead.
Yeah, I want to be very true on this.
Yeah.
I felt nothing.
Okay.
Meaning,
The
I
rule
was
was to
trying.
forget everything about the thing.
Yeah, I was trying. You have asked me to pick an object.
Yeah.
I picked a cap of my pen.
Okay.
And I tried forgetting about the pen. And I tried a lot to forget in 30 seconds that you have given, but all time I could see the pen cap and made me remember that this is a pen cap. This is a pen
Okay.
cap
What
only.
if
And I
you
thought,
did not know that it was known as a pen? What if you forgot the vocabulary? Forget the language. What if you were not able to put it forward to me that it's a pen? I give you this. I tell you that this is a thing. I don't know what thing it is. And you're not supposed to say it out in any language. No Hindi, no English, no other language that you know. There's just this thing. And I tell you, oh, what is this? You create a language of yours and come up with something. Forget the purpose of it.
blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Then what is what can you do with this blah blah? Why is this blah 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 in this shape and not in any other shape? What is this curve about? Why do we have this? Why is it in red color and not in any other color? What is this slanting thing on this? What are the other ways I can use it rather than just fitting it into this thing that is there? This is something that's there and it was supposed to be here, but it's broken. Is it broken? Is it not broken? Oh, here it fits here also. So is this supposed to be here or is this supposed to be here? And what's the purpose? Like, why do we have this? So the point about forgetting the language and forgetting the complete truth behind it that was told to us makes us ask questions, makes us question things and want to know more about them. Is this cap fits in other pens? Why is it in red in color? Is there a significance to it? Why is basically this leaves green in color? Why are different leaves have different shapes? Some of the leaves collect the water. Some of the leaves just water rolls down from there. So the basic point of this exercise was to help you understand when you stop accepting the truth that is told to you and start questioning, start unlearning things that was already told to you, and start to have a curious mind about it. Once you don't have a curious mind about something, you have a once you look at a tree, it takes you just a microsecond to understand it's a tree, and you do not bother to look at its textures and colors and the shape of the leaves, how tall is it. You're subconsciously prepared that it's a tree. What's the big deal about it? But do you understand the essence, the texture, the color, the height of it, which brings out the creativity in a human for inventions that is lacking in today's world? Do you anytime wonder what would happen if I unlearn everything that I knew? What if I tried to talk to a tree because I did not have any language within me? It itself brings out so many questions in you that needs to be answered. That's that curious kid within you that was silenced once because you were told everything beforehand. So it was not wanting to experiment anything new or question anything new. Everything was so easy for you to know. Once you look at a tree and forget that it's a tree, you automatically start looking at the textures of the stem, and you feel it and you realize it. Where else can this be used? Is this useful? Will it look good in my wall, in my room, or can I make something creative out of it? Is there any invention that can be done with it? The basic point is the importance of unlearning things to learn it your way. I am not asking you to question the facts and the science behind things. And it is not going to be easy for you to forget or to keep aside for a moment. If you don't want to forget things, that's completely fine. But can you keep the learned things in your mind aside for a moment and have your version of it, just so you can believe it completely and question things around you, so that you know the complete truth, not just pretending to accept everything that's around you without even questioning that for once. Interestingly, I was going through this Naval Ravikant's podcast where he mentioned that the only problem with human growth is that we want to move ahead from the place we are already in. We are always given a predefined path, wherein we have always climbed half the mountain, and now we want to reach the peak because we have climbed the mountain with the predefined path that is assigned to us. The problem is we want to trace with some changes in the path itself from where we are. Nobody is willing to come down and unlearn everything with the predefined path and learn it in their own ways and trace their path to the peak again. That's the challenge. That's when you question things and ask the whys and the basics. Once you start questioning the basics, you are the next leader who knows everything from the start and is confident in what they do and what they want in life. So, at the end, all I want to say is with Toastmasters, as I look back, it has been hell of a journey. I look back about times when I have unlearned so many things. I have unlearned about standing at a particular position with pretending to be a mic in front of me since from childhood that is how it is supposed to be. Be it a fancy dress competition or a kahani contest, you're supposed to stand in front of a mic and talk. But later, in this last 2 years, I have unlearned this assumption of standing as a statue there and not moving around. Now, I've also unlearned the fact of sticking to the script, being impromptu. You do not have to stick to the script all the time. Be that impromptu person. It's okay to tell people that this is not working for me. It's okay to tell on the stage the failures of the event because everybody understands. It's good to talk it out rather than hiding them around. So it's always good to have learning, but also important to have unlearning things so that you can learn them in your own ways. And that important for you so that you have a strong base about it. At the end, I just want to say keep learning and unlearning. And do not forget to ask questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ritika, for these thoughts and the perspective that you shared today on learning and unlearning. And the most important thing, like how important is it to forget the language that we know and to grow, to find it as an opportunity, communicate as a leader. So thank you so much for this beautiful speech. Now, I would request everyone to please take up a minute and write your feedback for Toastmaster Ritika in either in the chat below. You can share it directly with her as well, or you can write it in the chat below as well. Thank you so much, Kaimat. I would request you to please notify once 1 minute is over.
Yeah, Toastmasters. Next, we can go.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepak. Well, now let's move on to our next speaker, Toastmaster Neetu. But before inviting her on stage, I would first like to call out that today in the evaluation for Toastmaster Neetu, we will be following up with the round robin form. So wherein we will select few of the individuals voluntarily who want to participate so they can share their feedback in about 30 seconds, sharing one positive point and one improvement point for Toastmaster Nitu. This would be the evaluation criteria. And before that, I would like to mention that please take a pen and paper so that you can write for the evaluation, as well as please take a pen and paper with you while listening to the speech today as being informed us by the speaker. Now, I would like to call out the objectives for Toastmaster Nitu's speech today. The purpose for the project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style. She is on level 2, project 1, that is understanding your leadership style. Toastmaster Nitu, can we have you on spotlight? Thank you. I hope that you are ready.
So Toastmaster Nitu, your timing will be 5 to 2 minutes, right? Okay, thanks.
All right. Toastmaster Nitu, would you like to do an audio check? Maybe you can repeat, today is a beautiful day.
Today is a beautiful day.
Thank you. You are perfectly audible. All right, then let's start. Toastmaster Nitu, you don't see it, but you are. You don't see it, but you are Toastmaster Nitu.
Hello, all. Before we dive in, please grab a pen and paper or any digital device that you have in your hand. I just want to share an activity with you guys. And for that, kindly close your eyes for a moment. When you close your eyes, can you just show a thumbs up to me? Amazing. I want you to imagine the most challenging phase of your life. It could be anything, at home, at work, about your health, or about anything that was the most challenging in your life. Picture it vividly. The pressure, the people around you in that scenario, the emotions. Reflect on how you reacted. Did you take charge? Were you strong enough? Did you seek help or collaboration? Did you come up with ideas to solve that challenge or problem? Or did you follow someone who led that situation? Gather those thoughts and hold on to that thought. You can open your eyes now. Amazing. Now, let's do a quick activity and I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer each of them just with one word. Don't overthink, go with your gut and tell me the first word that comes to your mind when I ask you that question. Be ready with your pen, paper, or the digital device. The very first question. When faced with a difficult situation, what's the first instinct that comes to your mind? Write it down. Give me a thumbs up when you are done with your answer. Just the one word. Amazing. Now, the second question. What's the most important thing that you value in another person, or in a scenario like project, maybe another team member? The most important thing that you value in other person. Write a word and give me a thumbs up. Are you done? Give me a thumbs up. Great. Now the third question is, whenever you want to achieve a goal, what's that one thing that motivates you? It could be anything. It could be a project or a family event. There is one goal and maybe a purpose or the project statement. Anything. It could be that one thing that motivates you to stick to that goal. Write one word and hold on to those 3 words with you. I'm sure you must have gone into a reflective mode right now. That's great. That's what I want. Now, these answers are going to help us to find out our right approach to leadership and how we work with the team members. Let's connect these responses to the leadership styles. If you are someone who values innovation, solve the complex problems, and encourage creativity, you, my friend, are an innovative type leader. If you are someone who wants a vision, who wants to lead a team, you are authoritative type of leader. And if you are someone who values collaboration, team building, and the relationship, you are a coaching type of leader. And if you like the togetherness and the team encourages you to achieve that goal, you are an affiliative type. And if you are someone who wants a bigger purpose in life and who wants to serve others, maybe like a monk, you are an altruistic type of person. And if you are someone who respects the opinion of others in the team and make decisions together practically, you are a democratic type, as our nation is led as a democracy. And if you're someone who likes the rules and regulations, the procedures, who don't like to reinvent the wheel, you are a bureaucratic type of leader. A lot of these definitions, but I'm sure you got the gist of it. And do let me know through your comment that what's your style. Now, these styles just defines us that as a leader, am I eligible? But if you think everyone has some or the other quality, and the fun fact is you don't even know you are a leader. And the style defines you for sure. But is it that we can't develop this leadership skills? Of course we can. So these are the 5 skills a leader has. He or she is an effective communicator. They lead by example. They are optimistic. And they are open-minded. Work with integrity. I'm glad that I'm part of Toastmasters Club and I learn from the people around me. For example, we have Mohit Sahani, the VP of our club, who teaches us that we need to be together as members. And he demonstrates the affiliative and the coaching style because he guides us too. Alokita, our VP Ed, demonstrates the democratic and innovative style because she wants to keep her ideas and see the growth of the club. Colonel Prem Prakash, who comes from the army background, teaches us authoritative and bureaucratic style of leadership. The point I'm trying to make here is leadership is not anything fancy. It's a skill that we can learn from people around us just by observing them. And leadership is not about title. It is about the action you take and the impact you make. Today, I got the chance to demonstrate my leadership skill, and that is coaching style. And I'm sure you must have found your leadership skill or the style too. And if you haven't, don't worry. Grab that book or that movie that inspires you to take that first step. And to conclude, I just want to leave you with one question. Ask yourself, what's that my unique strength which can be used to positively impact my surrounding? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neetu, for delving in this beautiful topic about leadership and how we can identify our leadership style and we can implement and improve upon it in our professional and our personal journey. So thank you so much for this amazing speech. Now I would request everyone to please take up a minute and write your feedback for Toastmaster Neetu, either in the chat or maybe directly to her as well. Timer, please notify once 1 minute is over.
Yeah, Toastmaster Mac, 1 minute done.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepak. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, as we wrap up with the prepared speeches round, let's move on to our theme once again, that is leaders are riggers. Do you know what makes rigging very important strategy in leadership? The one of the very basic thing and most important is the experience that we gain by rigging. And not just one, but thousands and hundreds of experiences of different people, the perspectives, the opinions, and the point of view that books give to us. Well, we cannot be at every place. We cannot experience all the obstacles as a leader. We cannot experience all the good things as a leader as well. But we can do so if we are rigging. Rigging gives us a pleasure of giving and going ahead in different worlds, putting ourselves in different areas and in the different shoes of different persons. We're not just confined to our leadership, but we also learn about how a person would perform this job if we are being put in this situation. Well, this shows us that experience is something that we can gain if we are reading books. For different experiences, we can have books, certain kinds of the people that they write, maybe autobiography, that shows us that how that person has innovated in the obstacles that he has faced. The second beautiful thing that we can gain as by reading and becoming a leader is that we can expand our horizons. We're not just confined to one place that we are going ahead with, but to many other different ideas, many other innovative things that we can learn, and we can also apply this in our leadership styles and in our leadership journey. And the third, the most beautiful thing is personal growth. We're not just reading to improve upon our vocabulary. We're not just reading for the sake of just reading a book, but we're reading for our personal growth. And it will not just happen once we read a book. We read maybe 2 books or 3 books. It will happen once we are focused upon reading. We are reading books. Eventually, we are improving upon our vocabulary. We are gaining certain improvement points. And once we are applying those points in even a personal journey, we have been a embody being developed in all sorts for our personal development. It could be like emotional intelligence for all of us. It could be effective communication skills, visionary communication, visionary leadership skills that we can have an impact upon ourselves once we are reading. And so as we read, we just gain the knowledge, the experiences, the perspectives, and the point of view. So with this, we will move ahead to our second segment of the meeting, that is the table topic session, wherein it would be an impromptu speech session, and the table topic master would be giving us impromptu speeches so that we can go ahead with it. So now I would like to invite on stage our table topic master for the day to give us some beautiful topics. Can we have our table topic master on spotlight? Thank you. Toastmaster Kavita, the stage is all yours. You can take the session ahead. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. All right. Hi, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm excited to be leading today's table topic section. Before we dive in, let me share a quick thought. When it comes to table topics, it's natural for many of us to feel a bit uncomfortable. Believe me, I have been in the same boat. But that's exactly what make our Toastmasters journeys so rewarding. It helps shape us a little by little into more confident and the speakers ready to face any challenges. For today's section, each speaker will have 1 to 2 minutes to express their thoughts. The goal is not perfection, but progress. Let's have fun with it. Are you ready? Let's begin. Here is our first question. So you can volunteer yourself. Can I host can disable the share screen? Can allow me to share screen now?
Okay, yeah, I will just do that, Toastmaster Kavita. And I also want to remind you that we have 2 table topics masters today, yourself and Toastmaster Monica. We wanted to make sure that we have a coverage from across the clubs. So just wanted to remind you. Thank you.
Okay.
I have given you the access. Please check if you are able to share your screen.
Right. Any volunteers?
May I?
Okay. Can I cannot see the volunteer. Who's that?
May I audible?
There are several
Okay.
volunteers.
All right. This is your question. A time you felt truly happy. Describe a moment in your life when you felt overwhelming happiness. What caused it and how did it affect you? Your time start now.
I think Toastmaster, Table Topics Master, there's some confusion about who's supposed to speak. There are several hands raised.
Oh,
So
is it? All right.
there are at least.
Because I'm share screening, I unable to view the hands here.
Okay, no worries. I can try.
Can anyone just?
Yeah, I can try and help you with that.
Yeah, sure.
So we have Puneet, Lavina, Chintan, Marutesh, Pankaj, Neeraj, and myself.
Shall we go with Chintan?
Right. Chintan?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So the same topic?
Yes, the same topic. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
All right.
3 years back, I joined Toastmasters for the love of speaking, for the love of creating magic on the stage. And every passing day, I was enjoying my journey. If you ask me, the most important moment or the happiest moment I felt in the recent years was my recent performance at an event where I was delivering a story so close to my heart, and I was delivering it with conviction and with expressions. I felt the flow state. That's the thing which got me hooked and addicted for the stage. In those moments, I forgot the time exists, the audience exists, or there is something called performance and the art. I live for those moments. I crave for those moments. And in those moments, I felt the absolute bliss. After that performance, when I watched that video, I couldn't understand how could I perform that well. Have you ever had that experience? Have you ever had the flow state of mind where you don't realize that time exists? The boundaries dissolve, you dissolve in the state of flow that you can't recognize and realize the reality. And that was the moment I felt truly the happiest. And for those moments, I live and I speak. What are the moments that made you feel that happiness? Table Topics Master.
Thank you. Wonderful. The great sharing from Chetan. Thank you so much for your sharing. Just move on for the next question. Right. Can I get the volunteers?
Yeah, we've got Puneet, Lavina, Marutesh, Pankaj, Neeraj. Which one would you like to pick?
Lavina?
Okay.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Thank you, Table Topic Master.
Be
a
clear.
very
Can you see my screen now?
yeah, I can see the topic. Thank you. So the only fear that I have experienced in the past, say 4 or 5 years, is the fear of public speaking, fear of conversation, as in starting a conversation. And I think but it goes without saying that Toastmasters is helping me in every way to overcome that fear. I've also incorporated a crazy habit of trying to, making an attempt to talk to strangers nowadays, because I don't remember where I read about it, but I think it came naturally to me and I have had a few, memorable moments when interacting with strangers, and trying to combat this fear of public speaking. So I think I am almost like halfway through it, and recently have started, a bit of public speaking in my organization as well. So I think, yeah, I'm on the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Livina, for the thoughts. Right, next.
Me.
Next, sorry?
As Puneet, Marutesh,
All right.
Ritika, and me, Mohit.
All right. Marutesh. A time you
Hello.
felt, sorry?
Yes.
A time you felt truly grateful. When was the last time that you felt deep gratitude? What were you thankful for and why? You may start.
Once again. Yeah. During my post-graduation time, my professor used to uh, see our talent, because somewhere I went, some other place I went there. Some people used to tell always, whatever we used to do also, it's very difficult, you can't do it, it is very impossible, it is very challengeable, like that I used to uh, get feedback from many people. But when I was used to do the post graduation, my guide used to encourage me in everything. uh, uh, they used is able to do with this person, like that he used to analyze and he used to give one after the other after the other, like that he used to uh, guide me in my career. Like that, through this one only I got good result in my life. Like that, there is one quote: in front of us we used to have a goal, backside we need a mentor or a guru. Like that, in every life it's very important to get a mentor. Through the mentor, definitely the impossible also can be possible, we can do everything. Thank you. Back to the tabletop master. Yeah, back to the tabletop master. Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, with this what I want to tell is, I used to give gratitude my guide, who helped me in my career, who identify my strength, and who helped me to exhibit my strength and give a success. Hence I gratitude my guide. Back to the tabletop master.
So we have 5 hands raised now. Puneet, Pankaj, Priyansh, and myself. 4 hands.
Sorry, you're on mute, Kavita.
Dealing with stress.
Would you like to pick someone, Toastmaster Kavita?
Yes.
You've got
Yes.
4 hands.
Mohit. Right, sir? All right. Dealing with stress, how do you manage stress when it feels overwhelming? Share a technique or method that helps you stay calm.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. Now, how many of you have heard of tiger teams? Anybody? Tiger teams? Okay. You know what happens when there's a crisis or a stress situation? Even the top CEOs, leaders face a sense of anxiety and they feel that their mind is blocked. I'm no different. And what I have realized is that's when we need tiger teams. Those are a set of people who will be a trusted set who will help you, guide you when you are in that stress situation, when your mind is not able to think clearly, it's clouded. And no matter how much you try to peruse, you will not get the right answer. You reach out to the tiger teams who are calm, composed, totally willing to help you out. And that's exactly what I do. And that's a technique that I'm sharing with each one of you. Be prepared for the time when stress or crisis or challenge will come in. You need to prepare for that now. And how do you prepare? Is by networking with people, trying to build relationship with people, and identifying the people who you can call at 2 a.m. in the night and they will be there to help you, support you when the time comes. And one technique in which you can do that is by being in somebody else's tiger team. So friends, would you like to join my tiger team? What about you, Table Topics Master?
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. It's an amazing technique. Right. So move on for the next question.
We've got Riyansh, Puneet, Pankaj.
Puneet. Puneet, proud moments. What achievement in your life has made you feel the most proud?
Thank you, Table Topics Master. This is Toastmaster Puneet. So, to the topic, I see proud moments. What achievement in your life has made you feel the most proud? Uh, to be honest, there are a lot of moments, a lot of proud moments in my life that I vouch for and I've looked upon. Uh, being in a company where I'm currently working, Adobe Systems, I feel that being a top performer, consistently getting award year on year, gives me a great pride, great sense of achievement within myself. Also, being a part of a community, being a part of a team which is always evolving, always ever growing, ambitious, thinking about other people first is one of the very key aspects of being into such kind of an environment where you always get motivated with the people around you. That always gives you a sense of proud moments. Like moment by moment, you kind of sense that responsibility, that sense of honor, that sense of pride within yourselves when you are surrounded by like-minded people. And that also gives you a set of bars that keeps on rising time and time again. You always keep challenging yourself. You always keep looking upon yourself as one of the contenders rather than competing with other people. Because I always believe like you always have to compete with yourself rather than being a competitor with someone else. So I believe personally that no matter what happens, whatever situation you might end up going to, but in life, when you feel that in every single moment that you live, it's kind of giving you a proud moment in itself because you learn something from the people working with you, from the life achievements that you have. And life itself is a learning. It always keeps throwing some challenges at you, which you overcome, and you also kind of uh, trying to find out solutions to the problems that comes to you time and time again. So those itself are a pride moments for me. That gives me a proud moment of being consistent, being open, and being very open to the learning that we always get throughout our journey. That's it. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Puneet. Right. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, before we end the session, I would also like to invite Toastmaster Monica to check, since we have more people with raised hands, if she would like to take some more, with your permission, Toastmaster.
Sure, sir. Thank you. So thank you for all for participating in today's table topic section. Remember, every time we step up to speak, we are growing and improving our
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Kavita is doing a good job. Let her continue.
Yeah.
I'm done from my side. Just
Okay,
one
in that case, yeah. In that case, let me check with the timer. Do we still have a time for a few topics? Or else, I think.
Yeah, hi, Toastmaster Monica. So we are done for as per our agenda for
Super.
table topic.
Super. Super. Let's continue with the standard agenda. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Cable Topic Master, for these beautiful topics and for each of the speaker that stood up and spoke in the cable topics. You all were fabulous and you shared some beautiful insights about the topics today. Well, let's move on with the theme. And now I want to cover up the things like how we can start reading habit, or maybe if we want to continue with reading habit, how we can go ahead with it. First of all, I want to ask all of you a question. How many of us read a lot and how many of us do not read at all? Maybe you can show hands if you read books. Yeah, I see Toastmaster Puneet raising his hands like he reads. Toastmaster Neeraj is reckon it's difficult to quantify. So it means that you have been reading or into reading. All right. So for all those who want to start their reading habits once again, and for those who have already been in this sector, maybe we can say that if you want to read books, start small. That's what everyone says. But from where? That's what the thing is. Like, should we select any particular book or take recommendation from people as well? But here I would suggest, like, what you can start with reading first of all is read whatever material that you have. That's the best thing you can start with, because the material that you have is something that is supported either by through your education, through your professional journey, or something that you have been involved in, and that's from where the material has come to you as well. So start small and start with reading whatever you have. Maybe you can go ahead with any of the newspapers that comes to your house. Maybe you can start reading a newspaper, a small article from that newspaper, just to cover it up would be a good time and would be a good strategy to start reading from the scratch if you're doing so. In a day, maybe you can spend some 15 to 20 minutes reading that small article in the newspaper, in any of the magazine that you have, or any of the piece of information that you have. You can start reading from that. This will help to develop the habit of reading, will develop the power of concentration within you. Well, for me, I used to read books. However, a certain phase come where I stopped reading books. And when I wish to continue reading once again, I thought of giving 10 to 15 minutes every day to reading newspaper. That was a kind of strategy that I used. And now, whenever I want to read some of the other books, it is a good exercise for making or for developing concentration and power within your minds. So whenever you want to read something, just develop or have 15 to 20 minutes of your time and start reading any small piece of article, anything that you have, any piece of information that you have. This would just help you to develop concentration. And the second thing, after once you have started small, you can go ahead and take and ask recommendations from people. Because once you have developed that concentration power, now you're good to go, and you can read any book of your choice. You can start with fiction, you can go ahead with non-fiction, you can take recommendation from your friends, from your colleagues, from your family members who have already read that book. And they, so why taking recommendation is necessary or is important? Because the person who has already read that book would give or would recommend you, because that book has already been justified by the person who has already read it. It means that if it's something that is good for them, maybe it will support you as well, because that person is someone known to you. So you can is maybe that person is personally involved with you, so you can ask from any person for the recommendation of such a book. It will make an easier task for you as well to go ahead and take a book from that person. And the third and the last strategy, after you have done with the recommendation thing as well, you can read any stuff that interests you. At the end, save it something for yourself, like what kind of book now you want to read. What has your interest been developed in? Is it in the fiction area, in the non-fiction area, science fiction, or any historical book, any art book, or any other kind of book that you want to read? Last one would be just you, what you want to follow in that book. And with these three methods or with these three strategies, you're good to go with reading, and you're nowhere to become a great reader as well, because readers are leaguers. And with this, we will move ahead to our last and the final segment. That's the general evaluation segment. For this, I would like to invite on stage Toastmaster Chintan to carry forward with the Toastmaster Diptendu to carry forward with the general evaluation session.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mehek. So let us begin with the general evaluation section. A lot for us to take home in this last part of this meeting. So first up, we would be listening from the speech evaluators. The very first speech was evaluated by Toastmaster Chintan. So I request Chintan to take the virtual stage and share the evaluation with us.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Diptendu. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, and especially Toastmaster Ritika. What a wonderful message we had today, that we need to see the things with fresh eyes, as if we are looking at for the first time. And then it will create the spark in all of us. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ritika, for that wonderful message that really resonated with myself, at least. What I loved in your speech, you completely did justice with the project purpose. You delivered a speech in a keynote style. You had a clear title, you had content, and you had props, you had activities, and the speech was full of insights. So kudos to you for acing the project purpose. Second thing which I loved, the way you had written the speech with descriptive language, especially the part where you mentioned that you had do nothing day. When you said that the rain was gushing down and there was a mango tree, you were sitting by the window and you were thinking, we all could visualize you in that scene. So kudos to you for using that vivid description of the language. I loved the passion you have for the subject, because the activity you planned, the prop you have shown, those were meaningful. It was not there forcefully. It was not there without a reason. They were propelling your speech towards the rightful conclusion. You have never deviated from your topic of learning and unlearning. So kudos to you for the passion you have for the subject and the speech you crafted to engage the audience from the beginning till the end. Now, Ritika, as you said, we need to see the things from the fresh perspective. And here are my recommendations for you to relearn or unlearn. First, as you said in your speech, that you stopped being a statue and started moving on a stage. I want to see that. We all want to see you full on the stage with your powerful body gestures, and body language. When you were telling that you were in the moment, just forgetting of what was happening, it was visible and your hands were visible, but not in entirety. We want to see you as a performer, as a stage speaker, not just a speaker who sits and delivers. And second thing, Ritika, what I really recommend you is this. Notice what I did? Pause. Most of the times you were speaking at an even pace. We were not able to understand or grasp everything you said. So take a moment, as you said in the book, take a moment, breathe, pause, and give us a time to breathe. That will take your speech to the next level. All the best, and over to you, General Level.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chintan, for an insightful evaluation. Now, as we all know, the second speaker was Neetu, and Neetu's speech is going to be evaluated in a 360-degree format. So, there would be multiple evaluators. The timer would have his hands full. Deepak, I hope you are ready. Each of the evaluators will have 30 seconds to share their take on Neetu's speech. So what we will do is, Neetu, you can select people from the audience from whom you want to hear your evaluation from. So yeah, you can pick and choose people who have their cameras on, or maybe others. Otherwise, I could pick them up as well.
All right. So I'll take the approach of the fact that people who did give me the feedback, I'll choose them. Is that fine?
That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, please go ahead.
So I would call upon Mr. Mohit Sahani.
Thank you,
Swati,
Toastmaster Neetu. Oh yeah, okay. You're selecting
Should I
everyone in one
announce
go?
all the 5 names?
No. Mohit will speak for 30 seconds, and then you can call the next person, okay? Yeah, Mohit sir.
Thank you. The speaker delivered a fantastic speech. So I had a lot of takeaways. Particularly, what I loved was the activity. It was insightful. It threw a set of questions. What my leadership style is. On the flip side, I think how that activity connected with understanding what my leadership style is wasn't very clear. So I had the questions, I had the answers, but how does that translate into my style is something that could have been made more clear through way of elaborating. That's all. Back to you, Toastmaster Ditendra.
And I'll hand it back to Toastmaster Neetu. Neetu, who is next?
Would you like to go to Devu? If that's fine.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So the speech was delivered very well. First of all, anything that is presented well finds the attention of the audience. So the presentation skill, especially the diction, the clarity of voice, and the fluency were top notch. So if I divide the speech into two parts, that is content and delivery, the delivery was spot on. I think it cannot be bettered. It can be, but 10 on 10 for today. As far as the content is concerned, the content was hard hitting, insightful. Most importantly, it was easy to understand. In terms of improving, I would again recommend that if we can have some characters and some storification of the subject matter that we are trying to speak, it will help. No need to go overboard with storytelling. Just a couple of characters and analogies here and there would make for a wholesome speech. Otherwise, great job done.
Thank you so much. Next, I would call Swati Singh, our grammarian for today.
Yeah. Swati.
Hi. So I've noted a couple of points. First, I really liked the fact that the speech was really interactive. And then you mentioned so many Toastmasters, so many members that are present. Then there was really good voice modulation. You emphasized certain words, you lowered your tone on certain others, which made it really engaging. The hand movements were also quite good, and so were the expressions. So there was no moment where the speech went boring or flat. One area of improvement, I also noted down the same thing, that maybe you could have added some story or anecdote, it would have been even more interesting. And some stage moment also, but otherwise, really loved your speech.
That's great. Neetu, anyone else you would like to hear the evaluation from?
Can someone from the Papers Turner Club give me a feedback?
Page turn.
Page Turner. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone? All right.
Can I request you, Dr. Mary, if you would like to share your feedback for Neetu's speech? Dr. Mary?
Sorry. I'm on another call. Please go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, no worries. All right. Okay.
How about Puneet Bareja?
Puneet Bareja. Puneet?
Sure. So I think I really liked the way Neetu sort of delivered her speech. Especially the hand gestures were very soothing. It was kind of resonating with what she was speaking. And the way, the kind of research that she did before delivering the speech was really spot on. I really like the way she was kind of portraying the examples and the well research that she has done. It was very well depictable from her speech as well. I think, personally speaking, I really like the speech, the way she kind of delivered it. Even the pauses were also very nice. Certainly, if she wants to add some storytelling stuff or maybe some characters to kind of display it, it would certainly like take it to the next level. So, very well done. Great job. Keep it up.
All right then.
That's all.
All in all, I think the consensus is that Neetu, you delivered a fabulous speech. Well done. And that was the round of evaluations for prepared speeches. Now it is time to hear from our supplementary role players. I'm sure all of you must be eager to know about your ahs and ums, the time that you took to deliver your prepared speech and your table topic, and of course, a report from the grammarian. So today, let us first up start with the grammarian. Toastmaster Swati, please take the virtual stage and share your report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deeptendu. So first, about the word of the day and the phrase of the day. The word peruse was used twice, once by Toastmaster Deeptendu and second time by Toastmaster Mohit. The phrase reading between the lines was also used once by Toastmaster Deeptendu. Then I've made a list of good usage and some new words which might be familiar for some people and might be new for some others. So Toastmaster Mehak used different shoes of different persons, emotional intelligence, starting small. Toastmaster Ritika used quite a few good words, face value, your thinking is beginning and end of your misery, authenticity, intrusive thoughts. Toastmaster Chintan used creating magic on stage, conviction, bliss. Toastmaster Neetu used a bunch of good words, in fact, reflective mode, authoritative, altruistic, integrative. Then Toastmaster Kavita said not perfection but progress. Toastmaster Lavina said it goes without saying and memorable movements. Toastmaster Marutesh used the phrase executing the strength, and Toastmaster Mohit used tiger teams and clouded mind. And Toastmaster Puneet used to vouch for and the bar keeps rising. One area of improvement for many of us is that when the subject is singular, the verb has an S in the end. For example, the child plays. And when the subject is plural, we don't use the S. So children play. Another example could be girl sings and girls sing. So this is something we all can improve. So that's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Deeptendu.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Swati. We'll move ahead now and listen from the R counter of today's meeting. So the R counter's role is being played by Toastmaster Lakshmi. If I hope I'm not getting the name wrong. Toastmaster Lakshmi, yeah. Seems like Lakshmi is not here in the meeting room.
Yeah, I think we got a message from her that she had to leave.
Okay. That's all right. So let us move ahead and hear from the timer of today's meeting, Toastmaster Deepak. Deepak, we are all ears. Please take the virtual stage.
Yeah, thanks, Toastmaster Nityendu. So time is more valuable than money. You can get money, but you cannot get time, even from Google or ChatGPT. So here I'm ready with my reports. So I start with first prepared speaker, Toastmaster Ritika took 19 minutes 30 seconds, and Toastmaster Neetu took 7 minutes 47 seconds. So under the table topics, so Toastmaster Chintan took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Lavina took 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Marutesh took 2 minutes 8 seconds. Toastmaster Mohit took 1 minute 52 seconds. And Toastmaster Punit took 2 minutes 20 seconds. Under the evaluation, Toastmaster Chintan, under evaluation to Toastmaster Ritika took 3 minutes 27 seconds. Toastmaster Mohit, under the evaluation of Toastmaster Nitu, speech took 47 seconds. Toastmaster Deeptendu took 50 seconds. Toastmaster Swati took 35 seconds. And Toastmaster Punit took 47 seconds. That's all from timer report. Toastmaster Deeptendu, back to you.
Thank you so much, Deepak. Thank you so much. Now it is time for excuse me. Now it is time for the general evaluators report. I will just simply go in chronological order and comment on the entire meeting, share my observations on what I saw. First of all, I'll keep giving a shout out to the tech master of today's meeting because the tech master did an excellent job with spotlighting throughout the meeting, and that one factor made for a very professional viewing experience. So a big shout out and a clap for the tech master. And yes, I will give a shout out and clap some more as we move ahead. So I started observing the meeting from the time when Toastmaster Deepak gave his introduction as timer. So the role was explained very well. He started with a quote, and the explanation of the role itself was very clear. We talk about public speaking, about writing, about oratory skills. Well, these skills are very important, but then if you are able to put a very sensible and apt anecdote or a one liner or an explanation before introducing your role or explaining your role, it makes all the magic, it creates all the difference and adds all the value. So well done, Deepak. Our counter Lakshmi also explained her role well, though the role explanation could have been elaborated a little more. The typical phrases that we use for our counters role explanation are crutch words, crutch phrases, examples of crutch words and crutch phrases. So the explanation of the role could have been elaborated a little more by Lakshmi, but she did a good job, of course. Now on to the grammarian's role introduction. The explanation itself was detailed, and Toastmaster Swati, who is the grammarian today, came up with the word of the day and phrase of the day as well. So introduction was great by all the supplementary role players. I observed that Toastmaster Mehek had a very interesting and insightful theme today. But according to me, the responsibility of TMOD is to keep the meeting moving forward at a brisk pace, and Mehek did that wonderfully well. The speaker introduction done by Toastmaster Mehek was apt and to the point for both Toastmaster Ritika and Toastmaster Neetu, and she did not leave the stage empty. She did ensure that she had some words to speak after the first and second speaker. She gave 30 seconds of time for gathering feedback for the prepared speakers as well. So all in all, it was very well conducted. The prepared speech section was very well handled by Toastmaster Mehak. And of course, I have to comment that when the TMOD involves the audience at the beginning of the meeting, it creates energy in the entire meeting and people get glued to the proceedings of the meeting. So Mehak did have some questions for us audience. Some of us replied on the meeting, some of us replied on the chat. So I think that was a great way to introduce the theme and get people hooked to the general feel of the meeting. So the first half was done perfectly by Toastmaster Mehak, and of course she moved from prepared speech to table topic and then to general evaluation section seamlessly. So well done, Mehak. I will now move on to the table topics section, which of course had some technical glitches. So the table topics master was not able to see the people who had raised their hands. So something that all of us can learn from and see that when we share our screen, our own view gets blocked. So how can we rearrange the different panes on the Zoom application so that we can see the participants and who has raised hands? Something for us to learn from today's experience. Also, I would personally recommend that the sharing of screen in a table topics topics is not that much of a necessity, because the statement is just one line. So and the TTM could just speak that line, and the audience or the speaker would be able to keep that in their heads. So sharing of screen could be avoided. And of course, one technical thing that happens is that the topic was revealed before the volunteer was selected. So when in a contest type setting or when in a more formal setting, you would want to reveal the topic only once the volunteer has been selected for table topic. But of course, the topics themselves were very apt and very engaging. I think all the speakers would have enjoyed speaking on the topic. I certainly enjoyed listening to them. So a good job done by the table topics master Kavita. And of course, we learn from today's experience that the technical glitches could have been managed, and we'll certainly manage them in the further meetings. Back to back to a few words for the TMOD, that is Toastmaster Mehek. So Toastmaster Mehek had a call to action or something, or some actionable points that she shared after the table topics session. After the table topics session on how can we become better leaders, so that we ultimately become better leaders. So concluding a section or concluding a meeting with a call to action or with some actionable points is a fantastic way to wrap up any session, any speech. So Mehek, hats off to you for doing that. And I think that gives us something to take back home as the audience of a Toastmaster meeting. Now I would come to the prepared speech evaluator. Chintan was the person who evaluated one complete speech, and I have some observations on that particular evaluation. The evaluation started with platitudes and then moved to observations which centered around project objectives. Now, observations around project objectives, 2 thumbs up for that. But starting the evaluation with platitudes, I know the intent is to motivate the speaker, but in my humble opinion, platitudes can be omitted. At least we can try that out and directly start with the observations which center around project objectives. Chintan also commended the speaker by highlighting that the speaker used descriptive language and then gave example of that. Well, the speaker knows that she used descriptive language. Chintan knows that the speaker used descriptive language, but us as the audience also get to understand what descriptive language is when the evaluator reiterates it. So I think points like these make for a very wholesome learning experience for us as the audience. So Chintan, a very astute observation, and you articulated it really well, that the speaker used descriptive language, and there were other similar points. One point of contention when it comes to evaluation is, should the evaluation be given in second person or third person? Should we address the speaker directly or say the speaker did this or that? Chintan addressed the speaker directly, so that was in second person. Now it is up for grabs, probably in a more formal contest like setting, we would use third person, but Chintan adopted the second person approach. And so there were of course recommendations which centered around, which were very specific to the speaker, and the way Chintan demonstrated the use of pause was absolutely brilliant. So that is what we say, a good evaluator is able to not only state what to improve but also show how to improve. So Chintan exemplified that today. But the summary at the end of the evaluation was probably omitted or not given enough time. So maybe summary can also be included at the end of the evaluation. It is a challenge for ourselves to summarize whatever we just spoke. So it would be an exercise for the evaluator to undertake. Moving on to the supplementary role player, Swati as the grammarian was very thorough. In fact, I'd like to also comment on Swati as the evaluator for Neetu. Swati covered all the relevant points that should be covered in an evaluation, of course, in a very quick and shortened time, but the level of observation and detailing was excellent. So Swati, I'd encourage you to take more evaluations and go for 2 to 3 minutes of evaluation, and then incorporate all the observations that you have. So well done today. Of course, now Swati as the grammarian, the observations were thorough, a lot of good usages were highlighted. In fact, she even went technical about grammar aspects and how can grammar be improved. So that was great. Many grammarians shy away from going into depths of grammar. So I think if we really want to improve our grammar, the grammarian should have at least 1 or 2 technical points which center around grammar so that we can improve in real sense. So Swati, very well done in that regard. regard. And of course, Toastmaster Deepak as the timer, again detailed as always, but of course the part I love the most is that he always starts with a quote and always sets up the audience, whets the audience appetite for what he is going to speak. So this is something that I learn from, and I try to practice it every time. We know that all Deepak would be doing is stating the time that a speaker has taken, but that quote, that those two sentences before the report starts or before the role introduction make for wholesome listening and opens up one's perspective for something as simple but important as time. All in all, I think everyone put in fantastic effort. Of course, a big shout out to Mohit. Wherever things got a little tricky, a little bit difficult, he was proactive in jumping in and helping sail the boat through. So a big clap for all of you, the meeting attendees. I hope all of you learned a lot today and are going to take something away. Have a great rest of the evening, and back to Toastmaster Mahek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Diptendu, for this detailed evaluation. And now, for everyone, as we wrap up our exploration with how rigging shapes and defines our leadership journey, let's take a moment to reflect on the transformative power of the books, and let's learn, let's read, let's enhance our skills and inspire change by reading. Whether it's a strategic insight or the emotional intelligence, the personal growth, or the literature that has played a vital role in our leadership skills. It has been possible just because of reading. So let's read, and read, and ending with a question and leaving you with a question. Think about a book that has the most significant impact on your leadership style or your personal growth. Think about that one book and follow the insights from that book for sure, because that is something that closely relates to your leadership style. So thank you so much. With this, I would like to pass on the virtual podium to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Mohit. Thank you so much, everyone.
Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Mehak. And that brings us to the end of a beautiful meeting. I'm sure none of you want the story to end, right? Or do you? So we want the story to continue where we have the three clubs together. We want this beautiful networking and relationship that we started today to continue. And so before I share the winners for today, I would like to have some volunteers or actually club officers from all the clubs. We have the president of Storytellers, Toastmaster Diptendu. So let's spotlight Diptendu. And Dr. Mary, if you are off the call, then we would love to spotlight you as well, or somebody else from the Page Turners Club. Do we have any club officer from Page Turner? Okay. Anybody from Page Turners would like to be spotlighted? Then please come on video, we would do so. Our timer has already told us that time is not coming back. Even if we can make money, we can't make time. So we do need to bring this meeting to a close. We have the winners. So there was, for the speeches today, there was one disqualification, unfortunately. And the winner would therefore go to the first speaker. Do we have her in the meeting room? We can have a round of applause for the first speaker. It doesn't look like she's in the room, but let's have a round of applause. For the best table topic speaker today, it is me who's won it today. So a round of applause. And for the best evaluator, Toastmaster Chintan, let's have a round of applause for Chintan. The best role player today goes to none other than Toastmaster Diptendu. A round of applause for you, Diptendu. Thank you for taking it up at the last minute, both the general evaluator and the Sergeant at Arms role. The best auxiliary role player, so there's a tie today. So there's a tie between the grammarian and the timer. So huge round of applause for our timer, Deepak, and grammarian Swati. And overall, our audience has rated the meeting. Most of the people have loved it. 5 responses that say they loved it, and 1 response that said that they felt it was solid. So huge round of applause for everyone. Now we do want the story to continue, right? So for that, I would take a leaf from Mehak's book, and she suggested that we share a book that inspired us. So how about all the people from all the clubs, if you can share offline one book that was responsible to transform your life, and let us know. We'll build a page out of that. So imagine the kind of transformation that will happen if we know what was that one book that transformed you. So we will be very happy to share it with each one of you. But for me, it is this book which transformed my life. It is 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. I'm sure it is some book for you. So do share that with us, and we will be very happy to share it offline. And Leaders Connect, that's what our third club is. So storytellers, Leaders Connect, and page turners, we will stay connected in times to come. With that, I bring this meeting to a close. Before that, Raj and other guests, if you would like to share a few words of how you felt, that would be great. Raj, if you're still there, how did you feel about the meeting today? You are speaking on mute, so please unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm saying that I am so amazed to be part of this amazing meeting today. It was an amazing experience. Like, I have learned a lot from all of you. The speakers gave a valuable insight, which probably, if I have a lot of takeaways actually from it.
Great. Thank you.
I actually appreciate the camaraderie that all of you have. I mean, in between, all of you keep appreciating each other, and also at the same time giving, how to correct, where to correct. So I'm really excited, happy to be here in this club, and I wish I would continue for a long term. I read the key takeaways were, the gentleman who presented, sorry, I'm unable to recall his name. He mentioned that in last 3 years he has been part of Toastmasters Club, and he actually when he was on the stage presenting a few days ago one of his Toastmasters speeches, he said that he was in such a flow, such a kind of a blissful moment, that he forgot about the audience. So I would love to kind of do something in my life also very soon.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was Toastmaster Chintan. He's part of our club. So yeah, there'll be more such stories that you will hear. Do continue with us, Raj, and I'll be talking to you offline as well about how to take this forward. Would anybody else like to share their views about the meeting just before we close? All right, if not, then wonderful. That brings us to the end. Have a good rest of the weekend, and we will see each other again soon. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.